In the last couple of years, Bill Cosby's eating habits have really changed through a combination of self-discipline and acupuncture.
And right now, for instance, with what I'm eating here, because of what I've been doing with acupuncture, I don't partake in things that I know will do the number. Because this food...
Yeah, I agree with you.
This food, if you don't have your control... And they know I made myself a victim here. Ennio, bring the bowl that I used to have my pasta serving in. Bring the bowl that I used to get my pasta serving in.
It wasn't like you were eating all the wrong things, you're just eating too much of it, right?
But I
portion abuse. And this is the former Cosby dining trough?
This was the bowl they would bring, rigatoni, puttanesca. And then the noodles were here. They'd already done al dente, so it had the cheese and everything in it. Then he would cover it with the, that's the way I wanted it. And I went from 193 to 242. I was listening to the wrong part of me when I used to eat the trough. Because the taste, it was so nice.
Well, was that when you were doing the Cosby murder mysteries, or was it when you were not on camera?
No, it was the Cosby murder mysteries.
And Bill has some very fond memories of one particular dessert from those heavy days.
Zabaglione, he made the zabaglione. I would take the cheesecake, pour the zabaglione on the top, and then on the side, the strawberry. I never realized that I had to talk to myself.
How?
I had to talk to myself to control myself, because I really and truly love the flavor of Italian
and
food.
Volumes. But I was the Fat Albert of my school, and I remember thinking, why am I eating all this food? But I couldn't control it. And for me, it's been a lifelong process of just controlling and managing what I'm eating. I'm never hungry. Whenever I want to eat, I eat, but I just don't eat the wrong things as often as I used to.
That's just the opposite of my grandfather.
What was
my grandfather said? I've never been full.
Bill Cosby grew up in the projects of North Philadelphia, not far from Temple University, where he attended college, and much of his humor comes from those early days. Bill, let's go back to your youth in Philadelphia. What was the dinner table like in the Cosby household when you were 12 years old?
Dinner was at 7, and my mother would come home from work. She's a domestic. And my father would come in, and we would have generally what she had cooked for the Jewish family she worked for. And then there were times when, we had lobster thermidor. You know, lobster thermidor with Chateaubriand, you know, and we ate pretty good.
That's good
sometimes you didn't get the whole thing, you know. Sometimes,
just that shell without the thermidor in it. You know?
No, sometimes you had to cut off the bite mark. You know, but it was just wonderful. It was very, very interesting. So by the time whatever I was able to go to a restaurant and eat, I already knew the forks and the knives and I looked on. I already knew it, and people said, "Well, when were you here?" And I said, "No, I was never here." So how do you know? You know, guys on the team would go, "How do you know you don't eat like that?" I said, "Yes, I do." "Well, you live in the projects." That's all right. Well, Mom would bring that stuff home. But a dessert, oddly enough, in my lifetime, there are certain things that, because I've become successful. But first I lived it. For instance, I ate Jell-O pudding. That was...
Me too.
But the way I liked mine was I never ate my chocolate Jell-O pudding the day she made it. I put it in the back of the refrigerator.
The hard top. The hard top of the Jello
Yeah,
chocolate
yeah,
pudding.
yeah,
I
yeah.
love that. And you would put the spoon,
Yeah.
and the hard top would come around it.
That's right. That's right.
I haven't thought of that for a long time.
Chocolate taco. Yeah. But now I had 2 brothers. So now when you have 2 brothers and your family is not doing well economically, you gotta protect your food, man.
Snarling.
Oh no, but putting your name on something doesn't mean anything. Because I remember one time we had I loved Scrapple.
Oh, Scrapple. I hate that.
I know,
Philadelphia.
but I
This is a Philadelphia special.
love
Scrapple.
Scrapple. So, and the Scrapple I loved had to be the bottom. Had to be this color, without hair. Without hair, had to be this color.
Maybe it was the hair. That's why I didn't like it.
Well, there was hair in the Scrapple. You could see hair. And my brother Russell loved Scrapple too. So my mother said, "There's one piece of Scrapple," and she gave it to me. So Russell looked at it, and so I went on it, and he looked at me. And then he bent over and he went, "Oh, my Scrapple." And he kept looking at me, and I said, and he ate it.
Oh,
he ate it. That's how he was.
As our corner table meal at Ennio and Michael came to an end, Bill paid tribute to our Philadelphia schools.
This is probably the first time University of Pennsylvania and Temple did this.